Alright guys, welcome to another video. Getting straight underway on another Suzuki video. We're sort of going, well, it started out as we're working on some of the electronics on this thing and we're about to start getting our rear lights going. I've got another battery now. So if you remember the last video I was talking about, I needed a way bigger battery. I have a way bigger battery there, which was 860 cramp, huge battery for a Suzuki. But while doing that, I actually reversed the car up a bit and noticed the bonnet, the engine moving like I have a broken engine mount. But I have these engine mounts in this car that are like meant to be unbreakable. So we're currently having a look over it. Essentially, you know, there's damage that needs to be fixed. I didn't film the last time I went out wheeling with this car. It was at night, the night after that big wheel. Anyway, I ended up losing a knuckle, essentially. I broke the knuckle. What happened? I know we had to replace this bit, but we had the top crown. What's that called? That top bit? Kingpin. Yep. So the bolts up here come out or break off, and basically my knuckle almost broke off the car completely. So big dramas there. And is that meant to be like that?
Yeah, no, it's not too bad. It's just resanding itself.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, we ended up replacing the whole knuckle and doing a whole bunch of mucking around. It was a pretty big failure, to be fair. Nothing to do with something we've done, just old stuff that's just taken its toll. We think we might have actually lost 2 bolts a long time ago, and then then the other 2 have just snapped off along the way. So that's that. Anyway, what we got onto now is this whole engine mount situation. I'm about to undo this engine mount, which again has a bolt missing. So I'm assuming that's why the engine's moving, or I'm hoping that's why the engine's moving. I'm going to pull the engine mount out and have a look at it first, and yeah, sucky job. Okay, issue has been found. Looks like we've lost the bolt from this side, and then it was only holding on by one side, so she's done a bendy. We go chuck her in the vise now and try and make it not bendy, or do it on the ground, whatever. Hit it with the hammer lots and find a bolt to go in the missing one. I might even use some Loctite. All right, welder's coming out. Things are getting serious. No, turns out the front bolt, I don't know, for whatever reason, the thread on the motor's not the best or something along those lines. So we're gonna go ahead and we've made up a plate, which you can see just, this is a plate we've just put in. I don't know if you can see it, but we're gonna weld that up to the bottom of the engine mount, and that should give us the strength we need. And there's another 2 bolts on that. Used a pretty thick plate, I think like a 4mm plate. I'm going to weld it to the engine mount, so now the engine mount will have 2, like the bolts in there, it's the nuts stopped going tight, but it's still loose technically. So there's 4.5 bolts holding it in now instead of the 3 that it has stock. So I think that's going to be good. And obviously we're going to stick a bunch of weld on this now, and that should hopefully be sorted as far as the engine mount goes, because that's not really where our plans were this morning or this afternoon with getting stuff done on the Zook. It's always the way, huh?
Oh, we'll just tackle them as they come.
Maintenance is maintenance. It's worth getting done. So yeah, go ahead and give her a little zapparoo now. And from there on, engine shouldn't go anywhere. Then we just got to do the real painful bolt bit, which is get the bolt back into the engine mount, the actual through the rubber, which was a pain to get out. I'm hoping it's not as big of a pain to get back in. All right, where are we at? We've got the engine mount sorted, actually really good. We've just gone up ahead and welded up a battery tray. Got hooks on either side to be able to run a whole downerer. That's what I'm gonna call it today. And that's gonna get welded in this area right here. So we're prepping that ready to go. Just waiting for this to cool down enough where we can touch it and move it over there. Otherwise, looking good. Looking good?
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, same. I'm just talking about the fact that I really need more bench space. So you can see my bench space is not a lot of bench space. So I'm gonna do something about that coming up in new episodes. Why are you grabbing hot things?
Because I've got gloves on.
All right, completed battery tray. I think it's actually gonna work a treat, mate. I'm happy with that. Probably let it cool down a little bit more, even though I did hit it with paint. I'm gonna let it cool down a smidge more before I go and chuck the battery on, because everything's pretty hot right now. All right, so we finished up with the battery mount. So she's all in there. Actually, schmick, we ended up making a little top piece, and I had these laying around so that, oh no, I touched the wet paint. But she's in, and we're very happy with that. We're gonna get going on this project again tomorrow, later in this video. Well, in a second. Let's go back to, well, let's go forward to tomorrow. And we're on to the next day. Now, I've had a really busy day already. We got the Raptor back, finally, from getting the repairs fixed. Basically, they repaired the car, but I guess when they were working on the tailgate, they dropped something on the tailgate and dented it outways. So I had to go back and get fixed, as well as something they forgot to put back on it. Anyway, that got all sorted out, but took up a lot of my day. And also I met up with a buddy of mine, and he unfortunately rear-ended someone on the way to come and meet me for breakfast. So that delayed breakfast. Anyway, while I've been out running around, Bradley's come past and wired my tail lights, and I've just zip tied them into place there. Just for now, I'm actually got some cool LED style tail lights coming. As much as I wanted to kind of keep them, it looks dated. I think it's going to look a lot cooler with a, you know, rad little LED style with like, anyway, it's going to look super rad. Now, the rear window situation has been, obviously, when you don't have a rear window, it sucks. It really sucks, and especially the fact that I don't have a mirror here. However, I do have a spare mirror right there, so I'm going to paint this one up this afternoon and get that fitted, because it turns out I now need to get this car ready. I'm going to Ultra 4 at its Cheer Bar, it's called, to be a recovery vehicle, which is kind of cool. It means essentially a free day of wheeling. And going out, and I've never watched Ultra 4 before in person, so I've got to go out and check out some Ultra 4 in tomorrow's video. Hopefully you guys will see that, and get this thing out at this Cheer Bar park, and hopefully we get to do a bit of like freestyle wheeling. But anyway, I'm going to run down the track now. I have an ARB canopy down the track, which I've been told I can pull a window out of that, and we can possibly put it in here. So hopefully this video, that's what we're about to do. Got to load up the 370Z, which you saw in yesterday's video. It is all fixed, or not yesterday's, the last video, that it is all fixed up, ready to go for Diego Sato. So all the repairs are done on this. Load her up, get down the track, rip it off the trailer, and try and get this window, and then come back here, get the window in, and then load up the Zook, ready for tomorrow. So it's all right, lots to do. All right, there we go. I have a window here, just gotta work out how to get it out. If I can get this out, this is definitely gonna work. Just gotta get it out. Shit, I have no idea. I have to try and flip this thing upside down. Mind you, I'm up on top of a container and stuff, so it's gonna be real interesting. All right, guys, we ended up getting home and just pulling the window out at home because it was a real pain in the butt. 1/4 inch, I think it was, for some reason. ARB, which is an Australian company, using 1/4 inch stuff. Not happy about that, but I'll get over it. Yeah, so we got a rear window now, and we've kind of drawn out basically where it's going to go. I'm just going to start cutting and then just like, you know, make adjustments as we go. I think we can get it in place. Trying to get this thing done, but I reckon it's more than possible. It's easy to put in as such, it's just getting the shape roughly right. So we don't end up with any silly gaps. Professional. All right, guys, as you saw by that really long time lapse, it did take us a long ass time, but the window's in and it's actually way better than I expected. It looks super legit. Whether it's 110% straight or not, don't look close, that's all I'm saying. But we're doing some sealing up now. It's going to be just to make it more legit, and obviously we don't want water and stuff getting inside, but we're going to seal it all up, and I'll bring it out into the light so we can have a proper look. But very happy so far. So YouTube mechanics, what do we use? Window cleaner?
Soapy water's alright.
Soapy water or window cleaner, and then literally use your finger to get rid of it all.
I watched it once, so let's see how
what
we
is
go.
TikTok or?
Yeah. Holy.
Put a lot on there.
No, there was a massive gap in there.
Oh really? Yeah. Oh no! There goes this shirt. I just leant on the friggin'... Oh. So you can't really see it, guys, but we have painted the rear wall black. Car is loaded up, ready to go to Chiba to be a recovery car for Ultra 4. So tune into the next video, guys. We're going to watch Ultra 4 probably flip people back on their wheels that have been upside down and just check out what it's all about. Pretty freaking excited. Yeah, let's do it. See you next one.